Clap.
And then just, I guess, count it down or something.
All right, going live in 3, 2, 1. Oh, that didn't transition at all.
Welcome back. Holy shit. Welcome back to another episode of the Caffeinated Weebs Podcast. We're going to go over the plans for the upcoming season and how we are going to try and change some things to hopefully make it a little bit better.
Also, we promise this is the only time you're going to hear us be scuffed again.
Don't make promises we can't keep.
I say promise, but that's like a big cap right there.
I already don't want to even make that promise.
Don't worry, we'll be scuffed again next week.
Just slap a big cap on my face.
Alright, so looking back at how we did our season reviews.
Whoa. You want to introduce yourself first there?
Oh,
A little tired there, bud?
shit. I mean, there's no. My bad.
Get it out of your system, Sean. You got a whole season ahead of you.
You're right. If we're going to try and not be scuffed, at least this is the last of it then.
Let this be the most scuffed of all the episodes so that it may never happen again.
Hi, I'm Shawnee095.
Wow. Hello, Shawnee095. I'm Psychometry.
Hi, dudes. I'm Zombie Jaw.
Hey, Zombie Jaw.
Hi, Zombie. Hi, Psycho. We're missing a couple of boys tonight, but that's fine.
We're turning into like a children's show. Are we going to have some like cheesy like intro now?
Yeah, it's time to sing our song. We are the Caffeinated Weebs.
Oh my god.
That'd be nice if we had we had our own intro song.
We need a
Just
puppet mascot now.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, we got a puppet. We got a puppified version of Sean.
Yes, dude. That'd be perfect.
Dude,
your
cap and
dude,
everything.
Your character looks like he could be a puppet. Like
No, Sean.
He does.
Sean,
he really
we
does.
take like the Muppets that they did for Siege. Do that with us.
Oh, no.
I want a Muppet version of Sean. That'd be hilarious. It was
not a
funny little
fan.
cap and like the fucking judgmental eyes and everything. It would be great.
Not a fan.
No. Let's make this happen, audience. Kickstarter, here we come.
So, anyway, looking back at how we did our season reviews, God, we went way too in detail into it. We would try to almost do it as if it was more of a watch along. And if you actually are interested in the anime, you're going to want to watch it. You're not going to want to just hear some fuckwits just, talk about it. Because really, we're not doing a great job covering the entire thing. We talk about a lot of it, but we're not, giving you the juicy bits that you're going to actually enjoy.
It's a lot like where we'll start going to, synopsis, how we'll plan, but then eventually we hone in on something we like, and then we'll go off a tangent and be like, oh yeah, we love that thing, because it's so much like this other thing. And then we completely get sidetracked for, tens of minutes or so, and then we'd be like, oh shit, we gotta focus back on the episodes.
Oh, I'm honestly...
I find
as
that's what happens a lot of the time.
Yeah, no, we do definitely sidetrack a lot. But as far as that goes, it's not too bad. It's mainly just how we just end up word vomiting the entire series.
Yeah.
And that's
Which, I mean,
that's the problem.
I will say it also, we don't give some of those scenes the justice they deserve. And I know I kept saying this during the week, but as the audience doesn't get to see, the listeners don't get to see the build up for some of those scenes when we're discussing it, and we're really not doing them justice. The scenes that is, so they're not getting that build up with it. So some of the excitement they don't exactly get to feel. So we're leaving little to the imagination, and like you said, we're over explaining other parts of the season or series, and leaving too little to the imagination.
Right.
Yes.
As for one of the reasons why we're deciding to host this particular subject tonight on the live stream is because I also put forth the idea that any people watching the live stream right now, or anybody who's going to be listening to the podcast later, I said we should put out a sort of public forum and see if there were any suggestions as to what you'd guys like to see more, whether you wanted to see some more in-depth analytical sides to us, or just wanting us to organize it in a way that we're focusing more on more impactful moments of the series that we choose to talk about, rather than just trying to do whole entire synopses. So,
And by the way, I've actually been wanting to talk to you about that, like your psychoanalysis thing that you and Sasha did for the VTuber one.
oh yeah,
We can always take the audio and, put that up
for
as
the
like a special episode.
Oh, actually, put that up in like our podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought about it. I think I definitely think that should be its own separate thing. Just because if we have a podcast, it's like its own thing. I don't think I need to be throwing in YouTube content in there.
Okay. No, all good.
How's that doing,
Just
by the
wanna
way?
try
I
to see
actually
that-
haven't checked in on it in a while.
The
I put it up there, and I saw that
psychoanalysis?
one comment that I responded to, and then afterwards I just kind of left it alone. Especially since I had put it up prior to that VTuber's departure, and then afterwards with their departure, it's like, that's old news now. It's gone and done. So I didn't really care too much for it. Not for the VTuber,
it's-
but for like the news. Like,
that video is actually doing pretty well, to be honest.
Actually? Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a pretty hot topic. It's a pretty sore topic. It is what it is. I think there's still a little bit of ongoing speculation still going, but with the way that the company cover it handled it, I think a lot of the speculation is dying down. So the topic's coming and going, really. It's good to see that video's doing well, though.
Yeah, it's been doing really well. It's got quite a bit of views on it, actually.
Ooh.
Very nice, very nice.
That's just something I should
But-
do more often, is just take a look at the spheres, see if there's any hot button news, and pull one of you guys in to talk about it. That'd be interesting. I need to do more of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since, like, with the VTuber stuff, I know you and Sasha are pretty, like, well versed in that. So that one is definitely
Yeah,
y'all's
more
thing.
VTuber reviews with Sasha streams. And then eventually,
Go for
Sean,
it.
when we pull you in a rabbit hole with Shawnee095.
Oh no.
It will happen. One of these days, there will be a clip, and you will love it. And then you will try to find more. It's
And
how
he
they
will
get
be-
you, Sean.
And then he will take his avatar and he will turn him into a siege muppet.
And then
And he will be
Yeah,
himself.
and then he
will
No,
become
a VTuber.
VTuber Siege Muppet. I'm waiting for the day. It'll be a glorious day.
It's a very sad day.
The day the sun rises on the Caffeinated Weebs Podcast.
I'm not here for it. Not here for
You
it.
better be damn here for it. You're the star of the show.
Right?
So, anyways, basically what we're wanting to do with the next upcoming season is we're going to try and have more topics, and we've kind of like put it out there as like a thing, like we're probably not all going to be here for every single topic, and I want that to be completely clear because we're going to just like go over a season every other week, like of something. So if you're just not feeling the topic, if it's not your thing, you don't have to be there. I totally understand if like you don't want to like look up something just so you have something to say in it or anything like that. It's just like one of those things we're trying to make it to where if the topic interests you, then you're going to be there. You're going to have the energy for it. If you're not going to have the energy for it, don't worry. It's not a big deal. That type of thing. And as far as like the every other week having the season review, we'll do it similar to how we kind of went with our Cowboy Bebop episode that we did last week, our season finale, where we touched base on things like favorite moments, things we thought weren't like necessarily strong or done well. I don't want to say like necessarily done well because like Cowboy Bebop, we didn't really touch on that like done well part, but we talked about stuff that like I know I talked about some things that I wasn't too crazy about in it.
I think I did,
but it's still one of my favorite shows. Yeah, and how they didn't use Iron enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the counterpoint to that idea, though, is that I get what you're saying with how if we bring in a topic and then people aren't really feeling it, they're not really going to bring the energy to the podcast. But I also feel that if it's something that they're not familiar with, I'm not going to encourage skipping out on it. And what I mean by that is that, at least for the most part in the first season, you know, most of what we've done has been geared toward action or comedy, and so therefore it's sit relatively well in our comfort zone. I can say very few times we've had someone say, hey, you know, I don't feel this particular show or whatever, I'm not going to watch it. And so we haven't had that issue come up yet. But eventually when we diverge more into, say, slice of life anime, romance anime, that kind of deal, I don't necessarily want people getting the impression that they can just skip out on it, at least for the first time, because I want to hear contrasting opinions.
The season reviews, the season reviews and stuff like that, that's a homework.
Oh, okay.
Discussions.
You mean okay? You mean like topic discussions, like for instance when we covered like, you know, top anime or like not. I don't want to say anime.
Yes, exactly.
Like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like when we did like the random. Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
Okay. And then that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, definitely.
If if we start going into like super, maybe like uncomfortable topics, then I wouldn't necessarily want to pull people in, especially if they think that might harm their image if they have opinions on it. So.
Okay.
Yeah. No, definitely.
No, might also be a good time to ask: are we going to be covering any? What was it, dark roasts this season?
Is this finally the beginning?
I mean,
let's do it.
I've kind of been warming up with games on stream.
He's been warming up.
Yeah,
dude.
I mean, why not? Honestly, like if
coffee pot is brewing.
Because as far as I like that. That was good. As far as like Twitch and everything, we're not gonna have any images up on Twitch. So that's fine.
No, that'll be on the Patreon only version of the videos.
Anything we do put up on like YouTube and all that, if it's really like something
dude,
I'm
just taking a page out of the Trash Taste podcast. They did a hentai episode on YouTube, and that was like the heavily edited version. But then they had a Patreon only version where they showed everything. And I'm like,
goddamn,
that's a good idea. That's a fucking good idea.
Two different edits, damn. But yeah, I mean, honestly, that's basically how it is. I mean, I'm totally down for the dark roast. Like, there's some good ecchi shows that we can talk about.
We got to run over some ideas. I feel like we should change the layout a little bit for that, as far as like the overlay and shit. You know, one of the goals I want to do, I want to try and get at least a handful of you, at least one of you, to do a Danganronpa playthrough with me. I am down for that. I've been honestly, I have it. It's been chilling in my library, and I've especially bought that. And what was it, 777?
Ooh, yes.
Yes. I bought
the
both
classic
collections.
Too. Yes. Did you know? Actually, fun fact: those two creators have made a game together.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Shit, I gotta look up what it was again. But it was like, yeah, they, after the conclusion of their franchise, they were like, hey, you want to start an indie studio together and like make a game? And they did.
Hell yeah! I mean, well, I would hope so.
And following in their taste, it is another children murder game.
Oh my god!
So I'm super hyped. If I ever get my hands on it, I want to play it.
Hell yeah!
It's more of a platformer though, apparently. So it's not like in their usual like puzzle solving mystery detective style. It's more of just there's a mystery afoot, but the gameplay is like platforming, I think. So,
Hell yeah.
I don't know, I'll be interested. There's also
Exactly.
the fact that what was it? What's his face from Danganronpa? He's also making some kind of like murder baseball. I saw the trailer for that and I was like, bro, I'm on board with this concept.
Which and I didn't play much of the first one, but that makes sense. He seemed like, there was a character that looked like they favored baseball.
Yeah,
I don't know, it
Leon
seemed like-
Kuwata,
Yeah.
my boy. That was a good case.
So,
Danganronpa.
I'll be honest, a playthrough on that, I'd be going in with no knowledge. Like I said, I started it, but I never really got deep into it. So
Yeah.
That's
that'd
good.
be fun to
So
do.
you never watched the anime, right?
Nope.
Good, because like actually the game is, or the anime is like an exact like story of the game.
Yeah,
so there you
the
go.
anime was definitely more of a like additional experience you'd have, but I definitely wouldn't recommend it as like the first timer's experience.
Yeah.
Definitely need to play the
I
game.
did. I watched it before I even knew it was a game.
You did? Nah. Yeah, that
Yeah.
sucks. Nah, because it was just like of course, with the fact that it was a visual novel, it's like the way you could explore and go in depth into each of the characters and everything. That is the genuine best way to be first exposed to the series, and then like the anime being like, oh, how you imagined all the scenarios were playing out on the text. So it's like that for me is like the order of how you should go about interacting with the series. But neither here nor there. My condolences for that was your first Danganronpa shock.
Yeah. Well, luckily I haven't.
Did you later go
Gone
on to
anywhere.
do like V3 and watch The End of Hope Peak?
I have not watched that yet.
Ooh. Plenty of
And I
surprise
have
for
the
you.
second
You should give it a shot
Danganronpa.
too.
Like I have the first and second game. So
Have you played the second?
I don't know. I have not played it yet.
Oh, okay, never mind. First play the second and then watch Danganronpa 3.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I think
Definitely. This one, that is like, I'd say, at least in like popular weeb culture, Danganronpa is like one of those where it's just like, yeah, we gotta do it and we gotta talk about it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's embedded its way as a classic almost. There's I bring this up because back over the VTuber side is like one of the big VTubers have started a playthrough on it, and I was like, Danganronpa's back, baby.
Hell
I
yeah.
always love
It's
it when the
so
series
good.
gets attention again. Only because I know it's the creator's finished with what he wanted to do in V3, so I don't think we're really gonna get anything new. So, just anytime I see it pop back up, I'm like, yeah. I'm just proud to be here.
Hell yeah, dude.
it's your shit. I think that's basically it as far as like the plans for season 2, unless there's anything you want to like add as far as that goes, because I think we just like covered it real quick.
Any recommendations as far as topics we'll gladly entertain.
We're gonna get a lot more guests, I think. So I hope the audience is looking forward to that.
Yeah, I am. That's always fun to have the guests.
Yeah, having guests is always a good
other
shake-up.
takes.
Yeah. That was a nice shake-up from our usual formula. Throwing a wrench in our plans. Have them yoink the intro, it's a good time.
That was an awesome intro. Do you know it?
Okay, yeah. We did it how many episodes? The fucking Jim comes in and he does it better than all of us. It's like, fucking hell, man. Alright, Jim, flex on us harder. Goddamn.
So we
I'm gonna one up him one day.
Oh hell yeah, go for it, dude. Let's see it. I mean, you don't have to. I don't mean like right now. I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but
Jim, if
Wait,
you're hearing
what
this,
one
get
day?
ready. No. I gotta work on it. I'll think of it.
I think we're ready to talk about the little mini discussion we're going to do, which by the way, for anyone listening, this is going to be major spoilers for the new Resident Evil Infinite Darkness series on Netflix.
Yes, I'm quite excited to hear you two talk about it. Because, audience, I did not watch it, but I am all here for it.
We'll be delving deep into this. This is your. We'll give you like a few seconds here of warning. If you don't want any spoilers, definitely either stop listening right now or change channel, whatever.
Listen, I'll help you. It's whenever I'll stop humming. All right, here we go.
Oh, damn.
All right. All right, you're good. I think they left.
All right, cool. Dude, I gotta say, the animation is not good.
I was indifferent as far as the animation. I give them credit there, at least.
Is it X-Arm?
No, it's all
it's better
3D.
than X-Arm.
It's all 3D. There's no 2D whatsoever.
Okay, that's good. At least they're consistent.
It was better than
I mean, there might have been
X-Arm,
a 2D
Still
pistol.
better
No,
than
I'm just kidding.
X-Arm.
I'm just kidding.
That's the fucking tagline of the year right there.
Dude,
but is it X-Arm bad?
I will say, as somebody who's played through the games and watched the other movies, including the animations, what kind of bothers me is, as far as Leon and Claire, it seems like every time they've added them into any of the animations, it's oh my god, I didn't think I was going to run into you here. It's like, dude, you've done this in every other movie. You think they'd change it up a little by now. Like, oh my god,
How many times have you
you're
run into each
here.
other?
Oh my god, I just so happened to run into you randomly. Like, it's like, okay, we get it. Resident Evil 2 happened. You know, I mean, they could have made it to where where Claire reached out to Leon, especially knowing that he's government now.
Mm-hmm.
But instead it's I just happened to run into you in the White House. Like, are you serious? Fucking for real?
Yeah, dude. Don't you know, like, the White House is, like, anyone can be in there at all times, especially after,
Like a
a
shocking
zombie outbreak.
Apparently, and the other thing that kind of got me is that they're making it sound like this is their first time seeing each other since Resident Evil
Raccoon
2.
City.
And I wasn't sure about that. I actually went over multiple timelines. And that's not true because the year before this happened, they ran into each other in, what was it, Damnation? Yeah, Resident Evil Damnation. The exact same way that they ran into each other in this one. Like, oh, hey, I didn't see you there. What are you doing here? We survived Raccoon City. Like, really? Like, come on. Come on. Like, they could have done way better. Like, that's where I was disappointed. And the thing that sucks is the same director has been the director for all the animations. That's what really hurts. It's like, dude, how are you going to do a prequel and not even get your timeline right? Like, at least as far as some of the dialogue, you would at least, like, hey, we've already kind of covered. And granted, you're not going to remember all your works, but if you're going to do something like this, you think you'd at least, like, at least somebody would say, hey, we kind of did this in this movie. We should probably try to make sure, everything's kind of working together. And everything else fits in line. This is, like, what? Like, 2 years after
let me ask,
Leon
is this,
saved
like,
the daughter?
100%, is this 100% like American made, or is it
all the names that I saw were not American? No. I cannot say. I mean, I'll look it up right now.
So then, if that is the case, do you think it might just be like a dubbing issue as far as like?
That's what I would think, is because somebody dropped the ball somewhere. Somebody really dropped the ball somewhere.
Probably the editorial stuff.
Yeah, I think if anything, that's probably just like a dubbing issue. Because for how many animations that they've done, you'd think that they'd actually be like a little bit more on top of it, but
that's what I'm saying. That's what really bothered me. And I'm not somebody who's going to be like over the top, like. But I mean, it's one of those consistency. That's what it really falls down to for me. Is it's the consistency. It's like, you set up the timeline. You gotta follow it, dude. And according to what's being said, apparently this is canon. So that makes it worse. So there's apparently a manga for this that I didn't know about.
I don't think I'd be the type of person to go watch or read it, to be honest.
I mean, well, if anything, the mangas are. I mean, dude, it's Netflix. It's licensed by Netflix.
Netflix strikes again.
Yeah, it was TMS Entertainment. Tokyo Movie Shinsha. I'm sorry, dude. I'm butchering the pronunciation of that.
Holy shit!
It's a Tokyo Movie. All right, so it's a Japanese company. Tokyo Movie or TMS. Yeah. So this was done in Japan.
So then it was a Netflix dubbing issue.
It had to have been. Like, I mean, and which is funny because I think up until recent, Netflix had all the movies on there, including the animations. Which, it's funny, after Summer Sale ended, Capcom extended their Resident Evil sale as soon as this launched on the 8th. It's kind of funny.
Yikes.
Right? And not to mention, getting into it, like, I will say they started heavy with it. I'll give them that. They started heavy as far as, like,
it was really interesting at the beginning. But honestly, as soon as they got onto the submarine,
whoa!
I feel like
no. Let's go. That's a little bit ahead. I'm talking back in the White House is when things got fucked. Leon just shows up automatically. Lights go out. What's going on? Oh my God, we're being attacked. It just so happens to be zombies. Like, really?
Yeah.
Like, and I'll be honest. The guy that was talking shit, I forgot his name. The guy with the shaggy hair.
The
like,
random,
like,
the random guy who was like, "Oh, Leon." Ooh.
I thought he was gonna play more of a role, and then here we are, and like he did later on, like at the end of the fucking season. It's like,
yeah.
Which I'll get into that later. That was fucking hilarious. I mean, the president speaks so highly of Leon. It's like, yes, he saved your daughter. Yeah, we say, how many guys we'd send in and we get body bags back. We send in this one guy. He took on a whole island and got my daughter back. I mean, it's just, and it's just funny, being a fan of the series with some of this. I mean, even fans of the series got to step back sometimes. Like, really, come on. But like this one dude shows up, like his shit don't stink. Like, you gotta shoot him in the head.
The way that Leon like came in and just took on those zombies in the hallway and everything.
Oh,
the one where he was like tackling them and stuff.
No.
And then he shoots the one behind him without even looking. Dude. Like, I'm like, oh, cool. But I'm like, really, that zombie, you don't know if it's crawling or what. It's not guaranteed that it's getting back up. Like, don't try to be a badass just because you're Leon.
No, dude, I'm gonna send you a scene later. It was worse in Resident Evil Vendetta. It was way worse than Resident Evil Vendetta. Cause like he was doing some fucking John Wick shit while he was fighting all these zombies. The way he has like the pistol cocked sideways like John Wick. He's like jumping around, flipping in the air, like fucking shooting zombies in the head, and then they jump, and like I think Chris was doing the same shit. And like, dude, I mean it got worse in I think it might have been Damnation. Oh no, wait, did I say Vendetta?
Boy. Yeah.
I think I meant Vengeance. I think it's Vengeance. But no, dude, like it was just all of it's, it was Vendetta. It was all ridiculous. Like some of these scenes, like they're going like high action. Like there was one scene in another one movie where Leon is just there. It was like the classic again a John Wick type scene. They're firing their pistols at each other, and they end. They get the pistols pointing at each other's heads, but click. Oh, we're out of bullets. It's just, and this wasn't a zombie. This was like the main bad guy type shit. And it's just they tend to go way over and above with these movies. So I mean, when it comes to the cheesy action scenes like that, I get some entertainment out of it. I'll admit, because it's like you want to see how ridiculous are they going to go with the action scene in this next one. But you're right. No, you're absolutely right. With the whole, he didn't even look, and then he popped her right in the head. Like, it's like, dude, that was a little too perfect of a shot. You sure?
Psycho, is he cutting out for you too?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay, just want to make sure, but I'm not like getting any delay or anything like that on the stream, so you should be good. You're still catching your own audio, so that's all that matters, really.
Yeah, you guys are coming through fine. It must be just me then. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. As long as like the audio and everything's still going through. I mean, I'm catching like the beginning and the end of it, so I mean, I'm still like on point with what you're saying. You're good.
Dude.
I just want to make sure. No, it's just. But the way that he just comes in, tackles them and everything, no biggie, and the guy just is a complete bitch. The one the scruffy haired dude who like was just straight smack talking Leon like without even knowing the dude.
Again, I thought he was gonna play such a bigger role, and like I'm like, fast forward to later on, and again, I'm not jumping in over there just yet, but I'm just saying like you're seeing that he's not really part of anything. I'm like. What's the fucking point? I mean, there were so many dismissible characters in this.
Yes. So many, like, and I'm just gonna jump real quick, but there's the what was her name? Mei Sun's or Sun Sen Mei.
Sen Mei.
Was that her name? Sen Mei.
Yeah.
Her grandfather, like, bro, he was there for like a second, and then her brother too, like.
The brother,
what do you fucking do?
I mean, the brother, he kind of played a bigger role. He played a bigger role than she did, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Like,
dude, can we talk about that scene?
Which one?
The scene, and again, I know we're gonna be going deep because there's only like 4 episodes, but fuck it. But like, dude, it was so stupid. Like, I mean, they're like I forgot his name, the soldier dude that was with the sister. But like when they were pinned down,
Jason?
Yeah, was that him? The one dude,
the
survivor.
The one that's the hero.
Yeah, the other hero. His name was Jason. Okay.
Yeah, Jason.
Well, when Jason's sitting there, they're pinned down. Like when they were doing like the flashback to the beginning, and the brother was like there, and they're like, "Oh, we pulled him out. He didn't have arms. He didn't have legs. He's laying there. They're talking to him." Like, I mean, first of all. I mean, you find out the government's doing some shady shit. Zombies are bursting through the goddamn windows. I'm sitting there thinking, why can't we hear him I'd be shitting myself, dude. I've got no arms. I've got no legs. These things are coming after. Like, they're tearing everybody apart, and he's just laying there like, ah.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's the other soldiers who got all torn up by zombies. Meanwhile, this dude who literally cannot move.
I mean,
he's perfectly fine there.
Fucking, I mean, and then they even
Are these World War Z zombies that don't attack, like, the fucked bodies?
I mean, no, they had to have. They've had to have attacked them.
Yeah, well, yeah, but that's the thing though. Like, he already had the virus in him because he's already part of what? Whose name is Wilson, right? Wilson's program, because he had the vials.
Oh, did he? Okay, I didn't see that. Because I was about to say that didn't make sense because they didn't release the gas.
Yeah, no, he's the reason why Jason got the vials in the first place.
Okay.
Because he had them on him.
I mean, I will say, and I know it's kind of late at this point, trigger warning for anybody who's not big on gore. Oh, you get an eye full of it in the beginning. Like when they showed the soldiers just hanging from the like...
Bro,
like above the fire
shit, from the statue.
yeah, dude, and they're just walking up like dumping gasoline on them, and like I was kind of like, whoa, shit, like that's really saying something because like one dude's like freaking cut in half. You just he's missing his lower half. And you're just like, oh goddamn.
Yep.
Like shit's hanging.
That escalated so fast.
Like I mean, like, and it was funny because like you thought that happened because the rocket that had hit the car in the beginning. I was like, God, that did a lot of fucking damage.
Yeah,
but they actually explain that more later. And if you want, we could even jump to the submarine. The other thing was the submarine was the stupidest fucking scene.
Yes, dude, the rats, those stupid zombie rats. Like, I'm sorry, but that was so dumb. Like, they were on the roof and everything. Like, this is how they're getting around the submarine. They're going on the roofs. They're going through the pipes and such. But Leon literally goes up, and then there's a shit ton on the roof.
The ceiling, yeah. When they were just hanging above him, you're just like, the fuck is he gonna do now?
Yeah, I'm like, there's no way he's getting out. Then they all jump down. He bursts the pipe, and then just zaps him. I'm like, really?
I mean, it was so, dude. First of all, that was a lot of fucking rats. All right.
Yes.
Like, I mean, that was a lot of fucking rats.
Dude, they have to be multiplying in the bellies. They have to be multiplying in people's bellies.
What was that game? A Plague's Tale? Something like that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, that was almost like that level of fucking rats, dude. You're like, goddamn. Like, I mean, but I mean, I will say their entrance was cool. Like when he walks up to the pile of bodies and like you just see like something moving in that dude's shirt, and then all of a sudden they start like bursting out like freaking like aliens, like fucking
alien chests.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool.
Like a fucking xenomorph.
And you know, and you already... I don't know about her, meaning, I forgot her name.
Senmei?
Yeah, about Senmei. I didn't know about her, necessarily. You kind of suspected something. But, I mean, obviously that's the point when, like, Jason really kind of showed his true colors. Like, when they were, like, at the back of the ship.
Oh, it's classified. Classified.
Oh, fucking for real, dude.
Classified. I'm sorry, if you're on a mission, you're going to get the detail. Not like, oh no, we're only going to tell you about it whenever we get there. Like, why would you even be on the mission if you don't know, like, at least the littlest bit? But then again, I don't know. I don't know military. And then again, this is a fucking animation of Resident Evil. Who knows?
I mean, and to make it worse, honestly, you know, Leon, who's supposedly like this big fucking hero, yeah, we're not going to clue him in on fucking anything that's going on. And then later on, when they need to clue him in, he fucking shoots dude in the fucking chest. Only to go and have, was it Senmei to fucking explain everything? And it's like, you know, if you'd explained this earlier, dude wouldn't got shot in the chest. You know that, right?
It don't matter. He ain't dead, so it don't matter.
You knew he wasn't dead. You knew he wasn't. I mean, the way they kept zooming in on him.
His death was too easy.
Not to mention Senmei. No matter how hard they tried, she was dismissible from the beginning. She looked like the generic character too.
Okay, so I gotta say, so at the beginning when you first see her walking through the halls and everything, I hated the walk animation that they had. It looked so choppy.
Yeah. I mean, at the same time,
like it was poorly done.
we don't know what type of budget they were working with, so they were like, all right, we're gonna skip some frames here. Make it look like she's walking like normal.
It looked poorly done.
Yeah, I feel like for 4 episodes, I mean, you could easily say this was a season. It did have like I think honestly this was a movie they put a filler in. Because there was a lot of filler, I feel.
Fillers.
Like, yeah. I mean, there was a lot of scenes that, like, if you were to cut it out, it would have done nothing to change the movie whatsoever. Honestly, everything with Claire probably could have been cut out.
The whole Claire thing, that could have been its own thing. Maybe even an entire episode, like, just for Claire's story, what's going on over there. It didn't need to be going back and forth. And honestly, I would have rather just had the entire thing be about what was going on in Panstan or whatever, whatever the hero of whatever he was.
Yeah.
I would have rather just gotten that entire story. I mean, that seemed like a much more interesting story.
Everything with Claire could have been a montage, even. Like a small montage build up to where, to the final scene. They didn't have to, like, put as much time and focus into it as much as they did, except for they needed to extend these to where they were a certain length for each episode. Because I bet you, I really do feel like this probably was a movie. Netflix bought the rights to it, and they said, all right, but can we extend this into several episodes?
You know what? The reason why they did this was because of Dead by Daylight coming out with that new
without a doubt.
And all that.
As a matter of fact, if you go on there right now and search Resident Evil, they have a listing for the live action series already, but it says coming soon.
Wait, what do you mean?
There's going to be a Resident Evil live action series on Netflix as well.
Oh God.
Like I'm honestly a little concerned for Capcom right now, because the direction they're going is like Resident Evil has a lot of hype, and that's good, but what they do with it is where it's going to become questionable, because right now they're kind of just whoring it out. Like, you know, you've got the Dead by Daylight content. They've already announced content that's coming to Resident Evil 8. Now, you know, they've got the game that's supposedly coming out this, like, towards the end of this month, the multiplayer game. That was part of Village if you bought it, or if you buy it. It was like Reverse or something like that.
Yeah.
Or Reverse. And, like, people are already hate on the boat of hate for that. So... You know,
you can never please the fans 100%.
No. I will always say this about, and it doesn't matter what game, a fan base is always going to be, you know, a game's worst, I don't know, outlook on the game. And that might be a really hot take. I don't know. I'm not fanboys, or I'm sorry, not the fan base, the fanboys. Or, you know, that's what I refer to. The ones that are like, die hard into something, that the point where, you know, they will argue everything. I've seen arguments where people said, oh, well, you haven't beat this Resident Evil game, well, then you're not a real fan. It's like, don't gatekeep the series, dude. It's not just for you. And that's
like how we were talking about one time about Nemesis not having a skin or anything. We were like, why not just give him Mr. X? Well, I mean, then he'd have the tentacles, and then the fan base would just blow up the game, basically.
Oh yeah. Like, because it's not 100% accurate. People are going to go crazy. I mean,
yep.
I guarantee there's already people talking shit about how Chris looks, because Chris doesn't look like Chris.
Chris a whole ass bodybuilder.
Well, I mean, like, even when it came to 7, people were like, that's not my Chris. It's like, dude, shut up.
Yeah. But I don't know, man.
But I mean, like, there's so much in this that was like dismissible. It's like this. I mean, if you were to watch the other movies, you'd be like, dude, oh my god, this was like one of the movies with extra shit added in. Like, I don't even know the runtime of all the movies. It probably got an hour and a half. I don't think any of them really hit 2 hours. I could be very wrong in that, though. I want to see. But did you have any other takes on the movie or the series that you wanted to say?
Honestly, that was like the harshest ones about the rats and Leon's moving, and then the animation of the walk of Senmei.
I take that back. So, Degeneration actually was 1 hour and 37 minutes. Damnation was 1 hour and 40 minutes. And Vendetta was 1 hour and 55 minutes. So this was a movie cut into 4 parts. I'm going to say it now. This was a movie cut into 4 parts and then distributed as a season. Because it was it was under 2 hours, especially if you cut out the intro and credits.
Yeah.
It's not surprising.
Of each episode.
What Disney's doing now.
It's garbage. It's like, and people gobble it up. I mean, shit.
Well, it's easier to watch. They don't have to sit there for an entire, 2 hours. And meanwhile, then again, we just did binge it.
Oh, dude, I think anybody who was, really, really looking forward to it probably binged it in one sitting. I mean, that's on average what happens with a lot of things on Netflix, let's be real. Or any streaming service, for that matter.
I guess it's there for the casual viewer type of thing.
Now, I will say, Senmei's character was so much of a waste of a character, in my opinion. She was just there to drive the story, honestly. Her ending was bullshit.
Yeah, she had such a quick death.
Dude, I mean, I will give credit. Even I was goddamn. Because, you already talked. I thought he was just going to, throw her aside or something. But when he grabbed her arm and you heard that crunch, you're like, oh, fuck, dude. And it wasn't, I thought, well, maybe Leon will be able to help her or something. And then they cut to the scene where he's holding her head. And you just see him, pop her head to the side. And you see all that, the bones crack and everything. You're like, oh, she fucking dead.
Mm-hmm.
And then to make it worse, it was just, it kind of added to it. They had to to put some salt in the wound. They threw her back, and you just saw her head go limp and flop all over the place. I was like, holy shit, she's not gonna make it. I will say, I thought she was gonna turn though. I forgot she didn't get infected. I was kind of hoping she did, because I was like, oh dude, maybe this could be a monster of oh, you killed me, bitch. But no, she did. She just dead, and I was like, fuck it.
I'm not gonna lie, if it did turn into a monster off, I would not have cared for it. I would have been even more just turned away.
No, dude, that would have been bad. That would have been like the first that would have been like a Godzilla type monster off in a fucking Resident Evil. I can't think of any time really. Well, no, I take that back.
The reason why Jason was so like monster was because of all the suppressants. Well, it was all the injections that turned him like into that beast.
No. He was infected. So what?
Yeah, he was infected, but
he took those to actually keep from turning.
Yeah, but no normal infection turns you into that.
Yeah, it does.
Like the.
Okay, Sean.
The normal zombie, the normal T-virus.
No. Different reactions for different ones, different viruses. And like, I mean, like you've got like
the he same. Was bit by a normal zombie though.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Could be that they tried to enhance him. Because like that dude was like he was doing some shit down there. You saw all those bodies and the things. They had to have done something to enhance it. And who knows? He did send him out to do shit. It could be that he went out, did shit, and then injected to suppress it again. Because he changed a little too comfortably. It wasn't like the other change. It wasn't like other transformations in the series, where like it looks painful as shit. So most likely, which again, that's still weird. If they had the ability to do this since was it 2006? How come we haven't seen them expand on it more? If this is canon. Like they have no, I take that back. That is possible that they are doing something like that. I take that back. I won't go. I won't, just because it's spoilers for the game series. I won't say that. But if you're interested, I'll tell you later.
That sounds like we're gonna have a little zombie jaw retrospective for the Resident Evil.
No, you don't want me. You don't want me doing that. You don't want me doing that.
An hour-long zombie jaw special.
We're talking. I could do a one-man show, dude. Like I fucking tear apart what's been shit in the series and whatnot. No, dude. If you want fanboys to hate us, yeah, I'll do it.
Hell yeah, dude.
Fuck it, dude. I mean, hey, any publicity is good publicity.
That is true.
But
in the news.
I mean. I do have, to be honest, I mean, I know Sasha has probably played through quite a bit of it as well. You'd probably be down for a discussion on it.
I mean, why not?
That would be cool. I'll talk to him. We'll see what we can do.
But, no, just the whole fight at the end was so stupid, so boring.
No, what was
it wasn't even much of a fight.
What was stupid is so this dude is deflecting bullets and shit, fucking broke that bitch's neck, and he goes, "Claire, keep us attention." I'm like, what the fuck is she gonna? Did you not just see what happened to the other bitch? No.
Dude. So what bothers me a lot about this, how he breaks her neck and kills her. Meanwhile, he lets Leon live time and time again as Leon's just constantly doing whatever. He whips out a fucking Barrett 50 cal out of his ass.
No, he didn't. He grabbed that off the wall. Did you see where he opened this huge ass thing of weapons? Here was a rocket launcher. There was a 50 cal. Dude, this was this was the dream weapons right there.
Wait.
I mean, he went after him.
Fired the Barrett.
What pissed me off is
he fired the Barrett in a standing pose also. So that's also. Okay,
well, yeah,
sure, why not?
Dude. I mean, first of all,
the shoulders of God, dude.
I think any fan right at this point kind of noticed it too. The dude shrugged off, and you saw where he had the series referred to the Desert Eagle as the Lightning Hawk. That was their name for the Desert Eagle, was the Lightning Hawk.
Lame.
Why is that lame?
Well, they don't want to Desert Eagle reminds you of lightnings or hawks?
Nothing. That was the thing. This is what they called it. Just like they have they have a python. That was the revolver.
That one's nice.
But they had different names for stuff.
For a 50 cal Eagle, no.
But Leanne goes up with the Lightning Hawk, fires it, and dude just shrugs it off like it was nothing. And even at that point, that was that one shot for a lot of enemies, but the thing that would do a shit ton of damage to the boss.
Mm-hmm.
And like, dude just shrugs it off. I'm like, oh, this is gonna. I honestly thought there was gonna be more to the fight. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It is kind of what you would envision most of the boss fights. You know, finding that one spot where you're supposed to take the boss and like take advantage of it. They've done that in this past in the series.
And I'm sorry, but you see right away that his heart's beating right there, open.
Dude, that's been said since the very beginning with bosses. They've had their heart outside their chest. They had an eyeball on the side of their arm that you're like, hey, what happens if I shoot that? Or, you know, you've got Nemesis who in the original third game had this giant pulsating like sack on the side of his arm that he always grabs him when he falls over. And it's like, what happens if you shoot that thing instead of shooting him in the chest? So, yeah, dude, these bosses have obvious weaknesses that they didn't ever take care of in the game. And I don't know. I kind of feel like I could be wrong in this, but I feel like they were kind of poking at that a bit. Like, yeah, you want him to shoot that beating thing on his chest, but we're going to hit the armor spots instead.
He's not going to. He's going to, just shoot an arm off, fire a rocket launcher that literally does nothing.
Fucking right. And again, Claire's whole thing was, I'm going to sit here and push some buttons. Like, they did her so wrong. And, like, at this point, she's already experienced a lot as far as the series is concerned. You know, she had the things in Degeneration. Before that, the same year that Resident Evil 2 happened, the Resident Evil 0, 1, 2, 3, and Code Veronica happened. Claire was there for Resident Evil 2. She survived that. And then you had Code Veronica, which happened December of that same year. Then again, several years later, you know, you had Degeneration that happened, and the next year she bumps into Leon in this, and her whole thing in this is, I'm just going to do some research and press some buttons.
Yeah.
That was her whole thing.
Well, and then the way that they end up actually finally taking care of Leon at the end is they're going up on a container in this acid-filling room, and Leon's just like, wonder what happens if I pull this lever, which just drops the container.
He took way too many chances on that lever pull, dude. Like, I mean, what if it just opened the container? Like, how stupid would you feel? Like, all of a sudden you just see whatever's inside dumping in the acid, just sitting there while dude walks up and pops your head off.
Okay, but the thing that bugs me the most is, like, he pulls that. Jason loses his, like, landing because, you know, it's dropping, and he's just now falling with it. Meanwhile, it cuts away after it actually finally hits, and Leon's just like hanging from some random ass rope.
Dude, thank you for pointing that out. How many times does random shit happen and they cut away and then cut back, and then all of a sudden Leon got out of whatever was in the way, but he's cool now.
And the biggest thing that actually really bothered me was one of the times whenever Jason tossed Leon. And he grabs onto a rail, like straight lands on a rail, like arms just grabbing. You know his arms would be fucking dislocated. His shoulder would be just like torn the fuck up.
I don't know, dude. Resident Evil 4, that happened a couple years before that? He saved the president's daughter, dude. He can take anything on. Okay, he's a hero. That's me mocking him, dude. I'm just kidding.
I know.
Because they drew so much of that. How many times is the president going to say that? Which also leads me to, and who told you this? Leon did. Like when the shaggy haired dude's telling the president, like, oh, this is just to start a war with China, you know, and this is some big accusations. Who told you this? Leon. And, you know, with as much as the president was talking about Leon to begin with, you knew at that point he was like, well, I'm going to take it as if it was the Bible, okay? I'm believing Leon on this. It's like, are you fucking serious, dude? Like, they're going to have so many things, and he's like, well, if Leon said it, then it's true. Like, goddamn.
Dude, he could literally, Leon could literally just make the president do whatever Leon needs him to do.
Mr. President, I'm gonna fuck your daughter. Well,
if you say so, go right ahead.
So, Leon.
He actually had a chance at the end of 4. She came on to him. And they had to take, dude, again, this is the ridiculousness of the series. He took a jet ski from an island to a civilization of some sort. I don't know if he found a ship along the way or what. but it was just him and the president's daughter on a jet ski. Oh my god.
Boy, oh boy.
I'm assuming it didn't go well because he's got a bad kiss with a Wong.
Nah, he never got over Ada Wong. There's like, that's the thing that bugged me the most is like he hit on every chick in this, and it's like, dude, every fan of the series knows that he might joke, but he's got the hots for Ada Wong, dude. He's not gonna change that.
They ain't no Ada.
Like, I mean, the first time he talks to the one chick on the when he talked to her, he turns, oh, so you want to get dinner? It's like, dude, you fucking for real? Like, everybody's gonna call bullshit on that. I did.
Oh, I've got a man waiting for me.
Which I think, I mean, that did. I don't know. I mean, you didn't expect anybody to survive anyway. Let's be real. It's fucking Resident Evil.
Yep.
It's like, what's that? You're gonna save this person? Oh, they're dead.
Oh, shucks.
I mean, they did save the president. I thought, honestly, no shit. After they saved the president at the or at the end, no, when was it? I forgot when the president was taking the Air Force One, and they were zooming in on it. I honestly thought it was gonna like explode or something.
Get shot down.
That's what I thought, because I was like, yeah, that's gonna happen, or like some BOW was gonna come out and like fucking knock it out the sky or some shit. Like, I thought something was gonna happen, then it just takes off, and I was like, oh, that was just a scene. Okay.
Anticlimactic. That's fine.
You know, I will say, after how this turned out, I wonder if they're even gonna bother with this season 2. And like, I really do feel like this was a movie cut into 4 parts, and I kind of don't think we're gonna see more. I could be wrong.
I wouldn't be upset.
I mean, I'm disappointed because, I'll be honest, I do find the movies to be a guilty pleasure. Like, I enjoy watching them because how cheesy they are.
No, same, honestly. I really do enjoy the movies, like the actual movies. I don't know. This was my first actually like experience with one of the animated.
The animated, as a fan of the games, it's fun to see. I mean, it's fun to see because it's the characters that you've grown with in the series. Whereas it's not so much like that with the cinematic movies, because like you know, they created their own character for the movies. Like,
and yeah, they kind of like have hints at certain characters from the series, but yeah.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started on that. That pissed me off so goddamn much. Like, I will say, they did Leon justice in that. That kind of looked like Leon. Leon even came on to Ada, and you're like, that's my boy. But it was like they killed fucking Barry, dude. Fucking killed Barry in the movies. Like, how are you gonna kill Barry? Fucking assholes. Fucking Barry.
Easily.
Them, Barry.
Probably.
Like, he's okay. And if you don't know, and he's the one that said the famous line, "You were almost a Jill sandwich."
No way. Tell me more.
Sorry. It's cheesy, I know, but it's true.
I don't know. I don't know it.
You don't know that line? Really?
Oh. I do not know that line.
Wait, you don't know that line?
I don't know that line.
Holy
okay.
Shit.
Psycho, are you pulling my leg, or do you know the line?
Well, of course everybody in like gaming culture knows the line.
Well, apparently not.
It's so recognizable. I see it like everywhere.
I don't know that line.
I will say, I really hope that line dies soon, though, because I feel like they know it's a meme and they're kind of abusing the hell out of it, because it made a reappearance in Revelations 2, and it wasn't referring to Jill. It was actually set around Claire. You're actually working with Barry's daughter, and she said some joke. I think Claire said something about the line. I forgot which one of them said it, but they kind of expanded on it. It's like, dude, fucking let the joke die. And I have a feeling they're gonna bring it up in the live action, and I really hope they don't, because I feel like it's gonna. It's
in the original Resident Evil for the PS1, back when the voice acting was interesting, to say the least.
Dude, it was B-movie level voice acting, and that's what was kind of the fun part about it. It was horrible voice acting, but it was like watching a B movie, you know. And then I don't know, it's like that kind of adds to the fun of it. Like, who doesn't like watching or playing House of the Dead and having the cheesy voices in it? Like, you cannot tell me that is top notch, like fucking voice acting. You guys talking?
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. I'm just listening. I'm like.
Well, no, that was just my take. Is like
all.
having the horrible voice acting kind of adds to those games. I mean, don't get me wrong. Having the good voice acting with the newer ones is great too. I'm not knocking that. It's just like I said, like the line delivery is what makes it fun / funny. But yeah, those.
Oh, I get it.
Take.
Yeah.
I won't get into a retrospective here or anything.
That'll
But
be
he totally
later.
should.
Dude. I definitely need set up for that. I'll just play through all the games, watch all the movies again. No, I'm just kidding. That'd take too much fucking time.
You got your content. You've got your content for like the next 2 months for your stream.
No, because like I do that and like, no, I probably could. I've already done like 2, 3, 7, 8. I need to do another playthrough of 8 though, because I found out what was wrong with my playthrough, and it was like choppy as shit. It looked like shit on my stream. But yeah, so that was my take on Infinite Darkness for the most part. You know, there's a lot more you can break down that you can really like talk shit about, because like I just, compared to the other movies, this wasn't it for me. There was honestly way too much explanation of scenes and everything. There was a lot. I mean, there wasn't even many zombies for that. You know, and granted,
really
I know
weren't.
Resident Evil does not have to be zombies. I will be one of those people that says that to enjoy the series. You know, they keep doing it for the animated ones, and that's fine. But like, there wasn't much. There was more talking about shit than there was actually like fighting shit.
I mean, you're not a man of dialogue.
Dialogue needs to be there. It's important. But like, let's be real. When you want to kill zombies, dialogue in zombie movies is as important as dialogue in porn movies. All right, it's supposed to be there, but it's not.
You
supposed
need that
to...
story. You need the story.
I'm kidding.
You need to know why
I'm kidding.
that pizza man's there to fix the
okay,
sink.
let me tell you this. Have you seen the original Night of the Living Dead?
Yeah.
So why did all the zombies turn?
I have no fucking clue.
Because they didn't put it in there. You don't know why it happened. You just know from the beginning. You're like, oh my god, there's fucking zombies, right? And the whole movie had zombies after that. There was dialogue, but there was also zombie fighting. Motherfucker got blown up in a car and zombies ate him.
Yep.
Talk about wanting your human meat well done. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
But no, I'm kidding. Yeah, story's important, but like I felt like there was too much story in this. Like there was too much explaining everything. There was too much everything going on. Like I wanted a little more fighting. And the other movies
could have used more zombies.
Well, I mean, in comparison to the other movies, I want to say even Degeneration had more more zombies in this. Like you had what, 2-3 scenes where there was monsters, and then the weak ass boss fight that lasted for like 5 minutes at the end.
Yeah. And then if you want to talk about like the war scenes, yeah.
Like and the war scenes, but again, those were flashbacks.
Yep.
I think it would have been cool if they would have included, like, I don't know, you know, that when Claire went to that dude's house and found out that he had took the easy way out, that you know, what if they have it to where he turned and she had to fight him off or something? Claire's worst enemy out of this whole goddamn thing was the government. What the fuck does that say, dude? Like, I mean, 2 agents come in to to abduct her. That was her biggest struggle in this. Other than some kid saying, "I drew zombies." Like,
he didn't say anything. He was mute.
You get what I'm saying, though. Like, other than saying, like, "Oh, did you see this?" Well, okay, obviously he didn't say anything. He just nodded.
He didn't even do that much. He was traumatized. He was mute due to trauma.
Well, like, you know, I mean, so that was the only thing. And again, she's carrying this shit around like, oh, I have this meeting to have with the government, you know, or with the people in the White House. And then she sees Leon. Hey, I just so happen to have that picture from this kid. Like, did you know he was going to be there? That there you go. That raises a question. Did you know Leon was going to be there and you're going to bring it up to him? I mean, for what she was going to there for, I mean, having that was kind of like not needed.
Yep.
Especially, it would be the worst time to ask for that. And I will say, after, you know what, never mind. Let's going too deep into the lore. I'm just saying, Claire didn't really experience much. Leon didn't experience enough. I'm a little disappointed. That's my take.
It definitely was not like anything that I'd be praising too high or anything like that. It was very basic, to say the least.
Like, I'll be honest, after we finish this episode, I'm gonna go watch Damnation, because goddamn, there's fucking monsters everywhere.
This goddamn Damnation, it's just better.
Hell yeah!
What's a Caffeinated Weebs rating on this one?
Out of 10,
I'm gonna give it a solid out of 10. I'll give it a 4.
I agree. I'll go 4.
All right. So
yeah,
it's
I can't
Starbucks Nitro Cold Brew, baby.
Can't go higher than that. I mean, when I think about everything that happened in it, I can't go higher than that. Like, I was hoping I could say one cool, funny thing that happened that I'd be like, I'll give it a 5, but I was like, nah, dude. I feel like they didn't, for the most part, respect the source material. I mean, they did in the fact of saying, hey, we got Resident Evil characters, but everybody knows Leon's holding out for Ada. I mean, this is a couple years after he's run into her so much, he's always waiting for her. Like, dude, come on.
This man's balls so blue, they thought they were frozen.
Dude's had blue balls since 1998.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking hate, dude.
Fucking expanded the size of a badger mole by now.
Oh my god.
There's a reason.
What was it? Tanuki.
There's a reason Leon's an alcoholic now.
He's got the Tanuki balls, dude.
Oh my god.
All right. Well,
put that in the dojins.
My god.
If you are interested in checking out the Caffeinated Podcast and on YouTube, look up the Caffeinated Weebs. If you are interested in listening to it in podcast format, you can listen on Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast. I think I already said that, did I not? No. Radio Public and Spotify. Just look up the Caffeinated Podcast. If you want to add us on Twitter, it is WeebsPodcast. And if you want to send us an email, that is caffeinatedweebs.podcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, if
send
you're
us
a
some
nerd.
shit.
Just
Yeah,
kidding. Send all
if you're a
business
nerd.
proposals to us, please. We want sponsors.
Yes, that too.
Don't forget to catch us
We kiss-
live every
we
10
kiss.
p.m. Central
Yes.
at twitch.tv/Caffeinated Weebs Podcast. And you guys
And
were worried we
Josh.
wouldn't be able to fill an hour. Don't worry, Josh got it handled.
I was actually really surprised.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
honestly.
Josh got it handled. He's just
I had to, dude. You have no many times I had to hold myself back. All right, especially with Village, because with it still being a new title, I didn't want to ruin it for anybody.
Yeah. Don't worry. Josh said, sit down, boys, have a coffee. This one's on me.
Josh, tell us about your Reddit.
Oh yeah, that.
His
You
Reddit?
find us
Yeah,
on
that.
It's
Reddit.
his Reddit.
His Reddit.
r/zombie_ja apparently I guess exists, but we have a podcast Reddit that is r/caffeinated weebs on Reddit, where you can come leave memes, recommendations, any topics that you want us to entertain in the future. We will definitely welcome any and all of those.
There's a place for it, yes. Then we also have a Discord. If you want to join the Discord, you can find the link to that on the Twitch page on the About Us.
I'd say that's the best way to get announcements and be involved in the discussions.
Yes. But definitely check out the Reddit. We look forward to seeing anything y'all have to say there.
We want more dank memes, please. I love dank
More
memes.
memes. We love the memes.
Let's see some love for Barry this week, huh?
You know, in honor of you and your love of Resident Evil and this retrospect you're going to be eventually doing for it, yes.
Well, Sean said so. I guess it's happening.
Other than that, I have been one of your hosts, Shawnee095. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Shawnee095.
I've been confused as hell this whole time, but also go by the name Psychometry with 3 Ys. You can catch me on Twitch and Twitter under the same handle.
I'm zombie_ja. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter under the same handle.
And, well, look forward to seeing you during our season 2. And yeah,
What do
come
we
join the discussion?
What are we covering next week?
We will be
Joe.
Yes, we will be finishing up season 1 of JoJo's by giving our part 2 discussion
thing
of whatever we end up calling it exactly, like season review. Yeah, that
Season review.
Bloody Stream or Battle Tendency. I'm
overview.
sorry, Battle Tendency. With the intro of Bloody Stream. So good.
I know, I'm excited. I'm going to be binging that this week.
Oh, I wanted to start singing it now, but I'm going to hold myself back for next week.
Hell yeah.
It's
All
so
right, guys.
tempting.
Y'all have a good one. Bye.
Bye-bye.